Musk. 10. Inspiration. Everyone has their inspiration. Elon Musk remains one of the most inspiring role models of today's generation. He is from Generation X, but his works are motivational to people before and after him. When you think about it, Musk has set the tone for tech to rule the world. In a live audience interview, the interviewer asked him who his inspiration was. As the audience waited, they expected him to drop a serious name in his field, or philosophy, for example. Yet Elon Musk, with the most sarcastic tone, said, Kanye West, obviously. The audience was cracked up with the answer as he continued to shrug his shoulders. This answer was to make him seem hip and in touch with pop culture and the legendary status of the Donda rapper. The interviewer also couldn't help himself with laughter at the response.
Everyone in this room is inspired by you. Who are you inspired by?
Well, Kanye West, obviously. So what do you say?
9. Business plan. The same interviewer asked another serious question, which was to get Elon updating the fans with business tools. The Tesla CEO smashed that opportunity too, with a hilarious response. The interviewer was asking about business plans and how one can plan a business. He started the question by stating some of the Musk business ventures, which have become global brands. So that made his question about planning a business valid. Elon Musk, pretending to know what he was talking about, tucked at his ears and expressed that he did not have a business plan. Of course, Elon Musk does not have a business plan. He hires experts to draw up the plan, and he executes it as he sees it in his head. Great way to excuse yourself from a question you're not prepared for.
How do you plan a business where you know, the rocket business, you know some of these things are going to blow up on the launch pad? How does the business plan work?
I don't really have a business plan.
8. Alien claim. Elon Musk has tweeted to clear rumors of him being an alien in the past. The joke is still funny, and he continued to tell it at a government summit. He said that the great question of philosophy and physics is where the aliens are. In Elon's mind, they could be in the Milky Way or among us. His closing response, however, is that people think that even he is an alien. That remains one of the conspiracy theories, including people saying that he is building a rocket to go back home. Elon continued to say that the claim was false, before adding for laughs, of course. He would say that if he were an alien, then the moderator added that maybe we are all aliens. This drew scores of laughter among the audience.
Do you think there is other intelligent life outside the Earth?
It seems probable, but I think this is one of the great questions in physics and philosophy, is where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us, I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien. Not true. Not true.
7. Reusable spaceships. On the subject of spaceships, he explained the critical points of space exploration. Musk expressed that he was not sure about people not wanting to come back. He said that if people wanted to stay there, that was fine, but the spaceships are expensive, so that they need to have them back. He didn't want aliens to come back in them in a few years. He said that after explaining his colonization tactics, he expressed that if there were any natural resources on Mars, he would develop it for the planet, not for himself, or bring it to Earth. There have been talks of getting nickel from Mars and setting up a factory there. Musk believes that if there were crack cocaine in prepackaged pallets, it still would not make sense to transport it back to Earth. He said it could be a good time for the Martians, but not for traveling thousands of miles back. This was an audience question, and each answer drew more laughter.
Mars. Like, it definitely wouldn't make sense to transport stuff 200 million miles back to Earth. Honestly, like if you had like crack cocaine on Mars, like in prepackaged, pallets, it still wouldn't make sense to transport it back here. Maybe good times for the Martians, but not back here.
These would be for the colony to use, obviously.
Yeah, for the colony to use, exactly.
Number 6. Date disaster. Do you ever think about electric cars? Imagine you went on a date with an attractive man you have a crush on, and he will not stop talking about electric cars. That has been the struggle of many women who have went on dates with Musk. While still in the early stages of managing an electric car manufacturing company, a girl who reminded him of his awful date conversation was his mate in college, who he dated briefly. She now works at Scientific America as a writer. According to the host, that would not have been a winning conversation because it was a monologue. For starters, her answer to thinking about electric cars was a straight no. Yet Musk made more jokes that are savage and said that recently it's been more effective.
Actually met a woman I dated briefly in college who now works at Scientific American as a writer, and she related the anecdote that we went on a date. All I was talking about was electric cars. That was not a winning conversation.
So it was a bit of a monologue, was it?
Yeah, she said she said the first question I asked her was, "Do you ever think about electric cars?" She said, "No." She never does.
So you learn from that. That wasn't the best shout-out line.
Wasn't great.
That's
But
great.
it has recently it's been more effective.
There you go. I know this man.
5. Want to be you? This question pops up everywhere, including at world government summits. What do you want to tell people who want to be like you? It is a classic end-of-conversation question for each moderated show. When Elon Musk was asked, he seemed like it had completely taken him aback. He was not sure what the perfect advice was, but he gave something anyway. He encouraged people not to try to be him. He said it was not as fun as it sounds, and that he doesn't want to be himself. He urged people to follow him. I bet they wanted to be told that being Elon is dedication and relentlessness. But Elon did not have any of that to share with him. Imagine your hero saying to stay away from being like him because it is not a healthy choice. However, we all know he was only being savage.
If you have an advice to the young people globally who want to be like Elon Musk, what's your advice to them?
I think that probably they shouldn't want to be.
You?
I think it sounds better than it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as much fun being me as you'd think. I don't know.
You don't think so?
No. There's definitely, it could be worse for sure, but it's, I'm not sure I'm not sure I want to be me.
Okay.
But if...
4. Tesla watches. Raul Sanad from Los Angeles had a fun time at a Tesla event. This man had a question for Musk and was up in line to speak. When he finished mentioning his name, he added that he was wearing a Tesla watch. Everyone in the room laughed at the funny joke he cracked while turning his watch for all to observe. What made the moment more interesting was Elon stopping him to point out that Tesla did not make watches. We wonder if he was only talking about an Apple Watch and he was in the wrong auditorium, but he redeemed himself by saying that his watch was electric. Or did he? What watch uses fossil fuel or anything other than a battery? We have to go back to the primary argument that he was in the wrong auditorium. But Elon made it a fun experience, and Raul got to ask his question.
Hi, my name is Rahul Sanad from Los Angeles, and I have a Tesla watch.
You know, we do not make Tesla watches, I should point out.
It's electric. But,
3. BYD rivalry. In a Bloomberg interview, Elon Musk was talking about short sellers of his electric vehicles. As he was in conversation, the host brought up his competition. She talked about how other companies on the West Coast were vamping up production to rival Tesla. She mentioned BYD, which is a leading name to watch out for in the EV industry. The company has investment from Warren Buffett, one-time richest man according to Forbes. While this was supposed to alarm Musk, he suddenly burst out laughing. The interviewer, confused by his behavior, felt compelled to ask why Elon was laughing. While the obvious answer was that he did not consider them as competition, he had a funny way to put it. A way which nobody will hear and not crack up. Elon asked her, "Have you seen their cars?" This is one shady response, and I reckon that everyone is laughing, except the folks at BYD.
Although there's competitors now ramping up, and as you're familiar with BYD, which is also on the West Coast, I think they're ramping up production of their electric vehicles. Warren Buffett owns 10% stake in that. Why do you laugh? BYD is trying to compete. Why do you laugh?
Have you seen their car?
I have seen their cars, yes. In fact, at the Berkshire Hathaway meeting, I saw their cars.
Yeah.
Well, they are on a different. Tell me why you're laughing.
2. Jeff Who. In this exclusive interview, the interviewer was talking about how competitive Musk is. He said that he had an ongoing competition with Jeff Bezos. This is true in many ways. A few weeks ago, it was announced that Elon Musk was now the richest man on Earth. He had earned $222 billion by securing a secondary share sale close to $100 in SpaceX. That blew him up more than $10 million more. So when Jeff wrote a tweet about how Amazon is one of the most profitable businesses, yet people told him that it would fail, Elon had to tout his new golden status. He quoted the tweet with a second-place silver emoji to show how Jeff, with his $190.1 billion, is no longer the richest man alive. That is the type of relationship the pair have. So it was interesting that when Elon cuts the interviewer by asking, "Jeff Who? You know, this man is a comedic character."
You're obviously a very competitive person. You're competing with the likes of Jeff Bezos in...
Jeff Who?
1. Party in Dublin. Web Summit hosted Elon Musk, and the moderator was trying to find out how he had the time to attend the event. So he asked Elon Musk that while he is moderately busy managing $2 billion companies, what drew him to the event in Dublin? Elon answered that he understood there was going to be a party later. Elon is known for being a serious head, but he also likes a good party. That is why his super yacht, which could be called Model Y, has a spacious lower deck, which he plans to transform into a full party area. He also developed his reusable rockets to have theater and party floors for astronauts.
Talk about generosity. Now, you are moderately busy running $2 billion companies that are stretching the boundaries of space and time and energy, and you came to Dublin. What was the attraction of this event this time?
I understand there's really going to be a great party tonight.
I think you missed it. It was last night.
Whether you like or dislike Musk, you're sure to be entertained by his wit. As an influential person in the world, he sometimes has to lighten the mood and show that we do not have to take the world too seriously.